Alright, watching this Gangplank game. So one thing I can say initially is, like, it doesn't really matter what you do at level 1, as long as your team isn't trying to do anything coordinated, you don't need to do anything. I generally just hit them under my tower. You're a little bit late to lane, which lets Akali get an early push on, and obviously hitting level 2 is incredibly important. I assume you know how many minions it takes to get to level 2. Let's see, this trade doesn't go very well over time. I don't know if you knew that she had exhaust or not, but you should always make sure you check summoner spells before you start doing any of those sorts of extended trades. It was a good barrel. Change file board here. Definitely need to work on CSing.
P90 pistol whipped.
Now, I did already look over this game a little bit, so I know that, like, Jax and Yasuo will go off. So try to focus on those other things. So right now, you look at the map. You don't have any vision, and the last place you saw Lee Sin was at top lane. So you shouldn't be pushed up this far since your flash is already down. You don't need to be using your veil, so just constantly shoving into wave. Obviously, if you had more CS, you could get a better back timing, because you're trying to get a Sheen, which is pin 50 on your first back, and right now you're sitting at like 700. So if you hadn't been missing all of this CS, which comes with practice, getting used to the barrel damage and all of that, then you would be able to recall and then teleport back to lane. And since Gangplank here has teleport and Akali has exhaust, you have complete lane advantage. Anytime a top laner takes a summoner spell like Ignite or Exhaust and uses it and doesn't get a kill, and you have teleport, then you have lane advantage because you can get back to lane and you can pressure the minions, and you can get ahead on gold. So that's obviously something to be aware of there. So you need to be using your teleport advantage at some point, which comes in partially with actually being the last hit. I definitely recommend just practicing last hitting in custom games.
Oh, that's what I could.
Yeah, seeing like here's Lee Sin has an easy time ganking you because you've been pushed up so far for so long. So you had enough to get a Sheen. Alright, well there's max gold glitch. That's probably due to Kleptomancy, but you were sitting at 12 something, so you could have backed 200 gold sooner. And then not die to a gank and use teleport. There we go, gold fixed itself.
Alright, well, I'm going in through the back with Rabbit.
That was really bad barrel placement. Right. So now you're both level 6 and her exhaust is back up, so you've got to be very careful.
Last one's Jaeger.
So that's just all.
Last time I saw
you missed like everything here. Let's go back and look at this more slowly. And look at what happens. Alright, so you're both level 6, and she has the Hex Tech revolver, which is going to be a lot of burst damage. You've got your Sheen, but you don't pop your consumables like immediately, and then you completely miss with your ult, and then you also miss with these barrels. But no, I guess the barrel flips it, but the ult missing is a lot of damage missed out.
I'm gonna say this team if y'all will.
You should have kited back more to actually drag her into the AoE of your ult. So if you, right as she's ulting onto you, let's go back and again and look at the freeze frame here. As this happens, let's... Alright, so you immediately miss your ult here, which is fine, because you can still actually play around it since you do get the clip with the barrel. So obviously if you'd placed your ult a little bit more to the left, then you can kill her. But then another thing that could happen, so right here, let's look at this. Okay, so one, like, if your ult is here instead of here, Like, she probably dies to that. But what you could do right here is your flashes come back up. So if you just flash over here, after she presses R on you, like, so you don't have a very long window to do that. But if you press flash as she's R'ing to you, it's going to drag her over to you. You're still probably going to die, but the ult damage is going to finish her off. Because as you see with your Sheen prop, she gets down incredibly low. Just be aware of those, like, those flash outplays that you can do. On any champion that has a dash, or anything like that, you can always flash to drag them in deeper than they want to. It's something you can do with, I guess a lot of champions. Just that have, like, those targeted dashes, obviously. Like, Maokai, for instance. Lee Sin. There's also a way to cancel Lee Sin's Q damage if you flash at the right time, but it's like a 1/10 of a second window. It's incredibly difficult. So Carly's actually being very kind to you by shoving in this wave. It's exactly what she needs to not do. So this is something else I was talking about, you know, just getting used to, like, how much damage the barrels do. It takes a little while. Yeah, so, what Akali should have done there is not shove in the wave, I don't think. Let's look to see if she actually had priority in the lane and not pushed up. It might have been pushed up already. Yeah, so she shouldn't have shoved up the wave. What she should do is just last hit. So anytime that if you win a trade like that in lane, you get a kill. So she's up 2-0 now because of the Lee Sin gank. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minions in a cannon. Against her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a canyon. So this is 100% of the time going to push into her if she just last hits. This minion right here just died.
You got somebody peeking, watch out.
These are probably going to turn and these over here are going to aggro onto this one, and these over here should aggro onto this one. The cannon's probably going to hit some things, and this cannon's going to choose one of those two to hit. And these casters are going to split their damage as well. So these two are going to drop, and then all these minions are going to turn and hit the cannon before these 3 minions have died. Which means that your lane is going to be pushing into her, and so she can just sit here and last hit. There's last hit here, last hit here, last hit this one as they get lower. And then the wave pushes in, and then she makes the wave stop right here, and she freezes it. And then you're fucked, because you can't go up and farm, because Lee Sin will just come and kill you. Or she'll just kill you if you try to get too far up. Like, that's just what she should have done. But, instead she shoves it into you, and you get like 2 minion waves worth of CS for when you shouldn't have gotten any of it. That's something to be aware of if you ever ahead in lane, on how you can manipulate the position of the minions to completely freeze out your
I literally just held them at this door right here.
Actually, something else I want to look at, because I just realized that you have the stopwatch rune. So I wonder if you could have actually gotten to use that in this fight effectively.
Alright.
It just depends on your cooldowns on if it could have been used effectively or not. Actually, it could have been. I say that you could have flashed, if you had, when she R's to you, if you flash into your ult and then activate it, she dies and you don't. But, not looking at your flash, I'm wondering if your Q's already up, and so you die before you get to actually finish the animation there for that, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so if you flashed and activated the stopwatch, then she dies to your ult damage and you live. Or, another thing that could happen is you flash over here, and then her aura drags her to you, and then you use not hourglass, the stopwatch, stasis, and then her options are to stand here for the 2.5 seconds, which kills her, obviously, because she had like 200 HP. And the minions, she has 4 minions hitting her, plus your ult damage, so she's gonna die to that if she doesn't move. So she has to either try to walk out, which she's slowed because of your ult, and so by the time she comes out of her, fits out of your ult, or you come out of stasis, you're gonna be able to just Q her and kill her, because you're Sheen proc. So really her only option, if you flash over here and activate stasis, her only option is to flash out and leave.
Yeah, they busted open one of the windows in this room.
Yeah, she just totally fucks up this lane
rush
for herself. Like, clearly what she's trying to do is she's just trying to shove it up and then back. But she should have just backed and let it push into her. Like, if she wanted to recall, because she was so low, she wants to just go ahead and recall, even though she has potions, so she doesn't need to recall. And she's sitting on only 900 gold, so she really has no reason to recall. So she can just let it freeze and let her health regen and use the potions to heal up. Because you're not going to be able to dive her, your ult's down. You're not getting jungle pressure right now, so it would be really easy for her to freeze the wave
out to the east.
without recalling. Yeah, she wants recalling for only a vamp scepter. She's a mistake.
Are they going for the hatch?
We've actually passed her in CS now, though.
You need me
Because
to
she-
keep this out or just go ahead and put it up?
Because she fed you those like 2-3 waves. But obviously against a Kali, once you're down, it's really hard to get back into play here. Yeah, she can just do this shit to you now. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the exact position where I was talking about that the lane could be in. She can just freeze it right here in front of the tower range, and then this happens to you. Anytime you try to get any CS, she just jumps on you and kills you. You push the wave right back into her, so it lets her just kind of get pressure back on you when she shouldn't have it. And Jax gets everything right here. I don't even know how. Good God, this Lee Sin just let that happen.
Go through it.
It's fantastic. That's a much better ult. That ult completely shuts her off from it doing anything.
Clutch.
Okay, so this is a fine time for you to have shoved the wave up like that, because you know she doesn't have teleport and she just died, so she has to walk her way back to lane. Your teleport's down, so you get to walk back to lane, but by the time you do, it's reset. So that's a good place for you to shove in. Unfortunately, the Cannonman didn't get to die to the tower, but that was appropriate wave manipulation there. You teleported down here. Hold on, let's look at this. Alright. You start channeling teleport because they were really pushed up. Which is fine. I assume you were in communication with Vayne here. Lee Sin just immediately kicks him down. That was really bad on Lee Sin. Lee Sin should have tried to W out. Clean play, good teleport. Just bad play by Lee Sin all around. Lee Sin could have lived and just let Ashe die, because there's a 0% chance of her surviving that. Unless you guys just AFK'd. So you're going back up top.
Not in library. Not in train. I think they're upstairs in Christmas room.
See,
And their team killed.
Akali has Rift Herald, so that's something you need to be aware of. Alright, and she just lets you kill her because she's at half health. and your ult would come back up, so.
Yeah, we got it all muted.
Good use of your Sheen.
And
Then I think TF gets this kill. You orange, like, very immediately on that first yellow card, but then he has Flash and Ignite, so you can't get away.
they're busting out the middle window. Did you see it?
Are they fine or? Well, I'll try this. But I
And Akali drops Swift Herald up here, and then you just kite her back into Rakan and Yasuo, and she dies for free. So it's a reasonable use of Rift Herald. I wonder if she could have gotten the tower without dropping Rift Herald, actually. No, that was too full. She did the right thing by dropping Rift Herald, but then she keeps pushing up for no reason, even though she has no vision. Let's actually see. It's Act 2. Yeah, she has no vision around your jungle, so she's good as dead.
He was down. I don't know how I'm in third place with 3-1-0.
Now would be a reasonable time for you guys to make a play for Dragon as a team, because you didn't have priority in any of the lanes. Like, none of your waves were already pushed up, so you could have pretty easily just gotten Dragon and then started this push. See how this transpires.
Is that not the fuels?
What's a late wind wall? Did it just come up? Let's look at Yasuo. His wind wall's up like this whole time, so he should have dropped it right here. If he drops wind wall right there, her entire ult is cancelled out. Rakan's out of mana, and all his cooldowns are back up. Jack's going crazy. Shit, that barrel half health Ash. Oranges? Yeah, you ate oranges. Ah. Too much damage from Lee Sin and TF. Okay, Q on him. Yeah, so that's not a place that needs to get dove, and even if you do dive, like, if Yasuo places the wind wall sooner and better, the Misfortune ult is cut down and it's a lot easier. It's also a good ult, keep him off the tower. Tower definitely dies if you don't do that. Easy for Yasuo to just run these people down. Vayne doesn't need to just be solo bottom right now, though. That's not helpful.
Is your mustache funky?
This is 2.5 fights in mid that Vayne has just been farming bottom the whole time. There's a little bit of unfortunate barrel placement there, so they didn't get to connect, but Jax cleans her up.
She spawn people.
Alright, Vayne's finally on towers. She probably could have done more by being with the team by this point.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This game.
This game's physics are shit ass crazy. Like,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
there goes Cabby.
Gangplank and Jax are just up here breaking this shit. It's two Triforces. You don't get to stop. You don't get to save towers against two Triforces like this. That was too deep though. You should have just focused on the tower. There's not a lot of diving in this game when people could just be breaking structures instead. But so is the Life of Gold. Kills are juicy. Tunnel vision is surreal.
Sorry, that was automatic. I almost shot your drone.
I don't think this Yasuo knows what Wind Wall is.
Oh shit. Sorry, I was trying to cover that door.
That was nice. I mean, Misfortune's just a support, but it was still pretty good. And then good condemn there. I don't know what's happening. Vayne. Yeah, and again another dive that didn't need to happen.
What the hell?
These two are trying to solo Baron. Or duo Baron, rather. So they totally
Hold
can.
up, was anybody watching my cam when I shot her?
Except this thing just comes down and smites it because they don't have a smite.
That's really weird. That Frost is
That's
at like
shitty.
75% health, but I put at least 30 bullets into her chest.
Well, you guys had the Ink Ward down, but they still managed to realize. That's surprising that they figured out that you were out there.
They're all downstairs. There might be one on this one. Thanks for the assist.
So now what needs to happen is gameplay
Yeah, I
needs to
think
go
Jaeger's
on top,
coming up your backside.
and you guys need to not be so split up. You need to actually group and push down mid once their Baron falls off. So right now you're obviously just playing defense against their Baron buff.
He's to your right.
So you have to match them.
Yeah, he pushed you. It's all good. It's all good.
It's good use of the Oracle lens to
Come
find a
back on
poly.
those scrubs. But I don't know how that Frost killed me. It was pretty embarrassing, not gonna lie. I have to avenge myself with Super 90.
Easy kill. Her team just left.
Shotgun
They're like,
kills
no
in my
thanks.
mouth.
So they basically just wasted Baron. Well, what I was gonna say is that you guys need to just be countering their Baron and then push up in mid lane to try to take an inhibitor once their Baron falls off, but they could also just suicide you. There's no reason to go for reset here. Just get the inhibitor. Every time. Just get the inhibitor. And again, Vayne doesn't need to be bottom, but since you guys were able to win the fight without her, it's fine that she's bottom because she's going to get minions up to the tower by the time you take the inhibitor. You need to be using your Triforce here. You would have killed a lot faster if you had been using your Triforce. Like you did earlier with the tower. Vayne needs to get a QSS because of yellow card and arrows. There should be a free Inferno Drake. It puts you guys just ridiculously far ahead having two Infernos.
That was rough.
How much fucking guys have? 334. And Jax has 227. So much damage from the Infernos. 16% bonus AD. Alright, so now that that there's no neutral objectives on the map and mid inhibitor's down, you guys should be pressing on bottom inhibitor, and Gangplank can be pushing top by himself. But this game is just all fights. I don't know if Jax had Counter-Strike up there, but he could have dodged a lot of that damage if he Counter-Strike the gold card. Like he did there. I know looks like you guys are just walking this in now. This game was all fights, but this is what to be expected from
I'm blind.
solo duo queue.
There's a Hibana over here. There's a Hibana over here. Be careful.
Alright. That's a big game.